There goes Roosevelt, there goes Roosevelt. Hi, my name is Melanie Solloway. I'm the owner and founder of Humanitarian Travel Group. I'm on a trip right now with Top Talent Agency on the Kenya Keynote Tour. I was born and raised in South Africa. And in 2014, I went back with my family. My boys, my twins at the time were 12, my youngest was 9, and I thought it was just a vacation. What it turned into was an absolute pilgrimage. Something got planted in my brain at the end of that trip, and I guess when something gets planted, you can conceive of something. We had gone to visit Constitutional Court, and what I conceived, having since moved and become a lawyer in the United States of America and working as a deputy district attorney, and then reading Just Mercy by Brian Stevenson and truly understanding the true criminal injustice system that I had worked in, and then coming back from that trip and going through the system myself, going through a very, very toxic divorce. The conceiving had happened. But I went through a period where I really felt like I'm going to read you I Believe I Can Fly, and I'm going to read you the lyrics from part of that song that really struck me this morning, because it said, I used to think that I could not go on, and life was nothing but an awful song. But now I know the meaning of true love. I'm leaning on the everlasting arms. If I can see it, then I can do it. If I just believe it, there's nothing to it. I'm on this Keynote Kenya tour, this Kenya Keynote tour with Top Talent Agency, 10 years after I returned home from that trip in South Africa, and I'm with a number of colleagues and other professional speakers and authors and just incredible humans. led by David Fagan and Isabel Donadia. And David started these trips 10 years ago in 2015 as well, but at that point we didn't know each other. And on this trip, one of my colleagues, Roosevelt William III, taught a lesson to thousands and thousands and thousands of kids and adults. And I'm one of those adults. And he spoke about the ABCs. And the ABCs are another bad creation. But then what he taught was the CBAs. And the CBAs, or if you can conceive it, which is what I did the end of 2014, beginning of 2015, conceiving being able to bring that court off a hill in South Africa, what true justice can look like and how to spread it around the world. I conceived it, but I couldn't figure out how. How was I supposed to do something like that? Then I went through the dark night of my soul, through this really awful divorce and what it did to me and my kids. Arriving on this trip, I believe it because I can see it. As a lawyer, I really, really love to have evidence. Evidence, proof. The thousands and thousands and thousands of lives that have been touched just on this one trip alone. And Top Talent Agency, David Fagan and Isabel Donadia have been doing this trip for a decade. The lives that have been touched of the people in Kenya, but not just of the people in Kenya, but the people that come on these trips. And David and Isabel have actually agreed to come on and do the trip with me to South Africa. So we're going to spread our wings even wider. And I'm wearing my Maasai robe that I got during a ceremony last night. I don't know if you'd call it a robe or a blanket. But what I also realized listening to that song about I believe I can fly and I will soar is that as birds, right? Can you hear the birds right now? And I don't know, my brilliant, beautiful cameraman, David, who's out here really early in the morning with me because the safari is about to take off. But if you look around right now, you could see the stars, you can see how dark it is. And what comes after the dark is the dawn. But the birds are already out singing. And birds don't fly alone. Birds fly together in a flock. And so as the Humanitarian Travel Group, my invitation is that anybody who wants to experience the profoundness of what it feels like to not only make, but to be the difference in the world, there is nothing, absolutely nothing, than a trip like this. I also, as a parent educator, I'm just going to end with this, as a parent educator and mother, I have twins who just turned 23 and a 19-year-old, taught parent education for over 20 years. And what I would always tell my parents is that our children that our children listen to what we say, but even more importantly, they watch what we do. And because we are models, that is how they are going to behave, that's what they are going to do. And my children at 13 years old, when they, on their 13th birthday, chose to go and do a humanitarian project in Mexico, in Tijuana, to build a house for a family. And these opportunities that Top Talent Agency, and now I'm going to be providing with Top Talent Agency as my support as well for our South Africa tour that's coming up, is just incredible. Anyway, I want to invite you to join us if it's something that you want to do. And I know that soon the dawn is going to come out, not just for me right here today in Kenya, but for our world, because I believe it. And when we conceive it and believe it, together we can achieve it. Thank you, David.